Hi everyone, welcome to this presentation of reports on RMH, so Retail Management Heroes. So welcome to another presentation and learning video on reports. Today we are going to talk about reports in RMH back office, and we're going to learn how you can how you can use reports. So I'm Mustafa Hussain, and I'm Director of Training and Education for Retail RAM, and I'll be talking about reports in RMH today. So first thing first, disclaimer, what you're going to see today is under strict NDA, and some of the things that you're going to look at in this video may or may not be present in the final release. This product is still under beta at the time of recording of this video, so just keep that in mind, and some issues are expected. So please keep in mind there is a strict disclaimer attached to the functionality that you're going to look at today. So today we are going to talk about reports. Before I go in and show you reports and some of the functionality and how the reports work in RMH, let's have a quick look at the reports, the number of reports we have in RMH. So we have various sections. We have the standard section where we have the sales report. Under sales we have summary of sales and all the daily sales report, summary tax collected, detailed sales, details tax collected, top performers, regional sales, department cost analysis, and so on. Then we also have items, so all the reports related to items, price list, quantity list, value list, and so on. Then we have quotes and orders, so back orders, quotes, work orders, purchase orders, transfer out, and so on, and also layaway reports, so layaway summary and layaway details. Then we also have some miscellaneous reports, so batch list, tender summary, cashier log, and so on, and some custom reports that we have provided, like the basket analysis, that dead item list report, detailed sales by transfer, that tender, and some matrix reports, some of my favorite reports in there around matrix sales summary, and matrix availability reports. Then we also have reports around our purchase order modules. So RMH has the purchase order planning module and all the reports around that, so purchase details, overdue, and so on and so forth. Configuration. Then we also have account receivable reports. So RMH has the account receivables module, and you can run the reports around the account receivable modules from account receivable section in reports, and some additional reports around purchase orders, so receipt, item receipt, time analysis, cost analysis, quantity analysis, transfer in and out, and items, so invoice related reports. So these are some of the reports, total 80 plus reports we have in RMH back office. So let's go into the back office in RMH and have a quick look at how the reports work. So I'm currently logged into the back office store manager for Retail Management Hero, and there is a section called reports, and under reports you will see the three sections. So first section is standard, second is purchase, and the third one is account receivables. So depending on what type of reports you're looking for, or what type of reports you want to run, you can go into one of these sections and run those reports. So I'm going to use a very common report, which is something that the retailers use almost every day. So I'm going to use the detailed sales report, and when I click on the detailed sales report, or any report for that matter, the first thing you will see is the filter screen, and some of the things are fixed. So how it works is fixed. So you will have the list of fields. The list of fields will obviously change depending on what report you're running, and then you have an option to select some filters, so you can do it by equal to, not equal to, greater than, contains, and so on, and you can enter the filter value. So if you want to only look at detailed sales of a particular account or a particular cashier or even a particular customer, then you can do that using the filter value. We can use multiple filters, parameters, and we can use and or depending on how you want to do it. So let's say, for example, you want to run a report for a customer who has purchased one item. So you can go in and use the expression and, where we are saying for this customer, I want to see everything that every time they have bought item A, for example. So here what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use any filter, just to show you a full extent of the report. And under options, right now we don't have anything, but we can in the future. And this also depends on some reports. Some reports may have additional functionality, so you can see the options in there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on generate, and when I click on generate, it generates the report. So this is how the reports look like. So first we have the summary. At the top we have the name of the store, name of the report, and when it was generated. Then we have the summary of the report, some basic details like total sales, so sum of all the sales, total cost, total quantity sold, profit margin, and so on. So without even going into the report any further, I have all these basic details about the report in one place at the top. Then I have got the columns, and each column, depending on whether they are summarized or average, it will show me the totals as well, and then the line or itemized report below that. At the top we have got a few things, and some of these things are really useful. So first things first, if you want to print the report, pretty straightforward. You can click on print and then go into print report, select the printer and send the report to the printer. We can also export, so you can export to PDF, to JPEG, to GIF, BMP, pretty much anything that you can think of. There is a long list of things that you can export to. My favorite is PDF. I can also do some of these things like zooming in and out. So if I need to see all in one place, or if I need to fit it to page, I can do all of that. And some of the other functionality around that as well. I can go to first page or previous page depending on how many pages I have. So I can click on next page or one page up, first page or last page. So this is going to be useful if you have a long report and you want to scroll down quickly. You can use some of these scrolling options or fast scrolling options. I can go back to the filter by clicking on this filter button, and it takes me to the filter of this report. So this was the first screen that we saw when we ran this report. So let's say if I want to change this report, and this time I want to look at all the milks I've sold. So I can go ahead and click on add, and there is only one parameter right now, so I can go ahead and say show me the report, and in this case it doesn't have any data. So that is the screen that comes up. It says no information. So if you don't have any data related to your expression or your filter, then it will come up with no data found. I can go ahead and change the columns. So I can go ahead and add or remove columns. So let's say I want to add a column and I want to add the supplier as well. And when I click on select, I also need to select the width. So I am going to say I want to add two column, and then click on apply. And when I click on apply, it adds that column to the report. I can also email the report. So if I wanted to email the report, I can go in and click on the email report, and it allows me to email the report to whoever I need to email. I can also use grouping, so it allows me to group the report. Let me actually go back to it. So I can go back to the detailed sales report, click on generate. I can group, so I can group by first column. So it allows me to group by first column, which is the category column in this case, or I can group by second, third, and so on. One of the most important feature here is an ability to memorize the report. So I can click on memorize, and I can call it detail sales, and this is my report, so I'm going to give it a name. And when I click on save, it says report is memorized. So I'll come back to the memorized report, and then finally I also have a sorting option, so I can sort by department, category, or item. I can sort by ascending or descending, and I can sort up to 3 things. So I can do it by item, by department, and then by category, for example. So here I've done it by item, and it allows me to sort the report by item, and I can memorize it if I wanted to. So there are quite a few nice options. You can print, export, zoom in and out, move to different pages of the report, filter, add or remove columns from the report, group, change the groupings, and also memorize the report. Plus you can also sort the report by up to 3 columns. Once you have memorized the reports, we memorize the report, you can go to the bottom, and you can see under standard, the second last option there is memorize, and I've got 2 reports here. I can select the one that I want to run and click on view. It will keep intact all the filters that you may have, and then you can click on view and it generates exactly the same report as you memorized it. So there is a possibility to save reports or memorize reports and come back to those reports. So the functionality of reports is pretty standard in all the reports. It's exactly the same as what I showed you. There are some other reports, like one of the reports or one of the type of reports that I want to show you is the matrix summary report. So for example, RMH supports matrix items, and whenever you sell a matrix item and you're going to run or you want to look at a report, usually, and even in RMS out of the box, you were able to see itemized reports only. So every matrix item component is showed as a line, and sometimes it's very difficult to understand that report. So here, if I go in, I can run a matrix sales report. So I can say I want to see it from last year and show me all the matrix items I've shown. Before I go in there, I can also change the dimension. So I can change the dimension to dimension 2 and 1. So this way I can reorganize the report the way I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on print. And when I click on print, it generates the report. And here you can see that the report is generated in a matrix format. It is not showing me a line by line component. So it shows me the lookup code, the description, and in this case the size and the store. So I can see the size and the color by store. Okay, in this case we are using a single store, so it only shows me my store. And in this example, the lookup code is 800, description is BA traders lady cycle, and the 16-inch in pink I have sold 3, and 16-inch in red I've sold 6 in the last year. So this way it's much easier to read the reports, especially the matrix report. And similarly, as far as inventory for matrix items are concerned, when you want to look up inventory, or when you want to see or run a report or print a report, it's not very easy to print a report with matrix items because it lists all the single components. But here what we have done is we have provided a custom report that shows this report in matrix format, which allows us to see the report in much more intuitive manner. So you can see exactly how many items we have, and how many we have in different size, color, or style. So here you can see the item lookup code is 700, description is this, and you can see in size 12, in black I have 3, blue I have 2, pink 3, yellow 3, and so on, and in total I've got 11. So this way I can run a report that gives me a breakdown of my matrix items in a matrix items format. So this way you can run different reports. There are lots and lots of reports like I showed earlier. and also some account receivable reports. So if you're using account receivable, um, you will be able to run those reports from the account receivable sections. So this was a quick overview of reports in RMH back office. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.